Start. Mr. Speaker, sir, at the outset, I would like to thank you for the opportunity given to me to say a few words during the general discussion on the budget for the current year. I would also like to place on record my deep sense of gratitude to my party leader and the people of my constituency for giving me this opportunity. I agree that the budget is a document showing the estimates of income and expenditure for the coming financial year. At the same time, I feel that it should be a vision document aiming at all round development of the state. From that viewpoint, the budget of a welfare state must be the basis of long term plans and it must provide ways and means for the economic betterment of the poor. In other words, it should be a welfare document aimed at solving the problems facing the people of the state and outlining the future course of action of the government. I would like to point out that taking into consideration all these things, our party has prepared a model budget based on our party policies. A copy of this document was sent to the government and also other party leaders, and I hope and trust that the government would have gone through it before framing this budget. On this occasion, I would like to point out that the practice of producing a shadow budget on the part of the opposition is in practice in England, and as our party wants to be a responsible opposition, we have taken care to present a model budget and thus performed our duty to the people of this state. First of all, I would like to thank this government for having accepted some of the suggestions made in our model budget. For instance, our views on waiver of loans of the poor farmers and waivers carrying out precision farming techniques, increase in the marriage assistance to women, and construction of high-speed road corridor to overcome the traffic problems in Chennai have found a place in the budget. I thank the government once again and especially the Honorable Chief Minister for accepting our views for the betterment of the people of the state. At the same time, we would like to point out that our view on prohibition has not at all found a place anywhere in the budget document. In our model document, we had stressed total prohibition as an aim and had suggested that in the first instance, the government should at least take steps to reduce the number of liquor shops and the number of hours for which these shops are kept open. I am aware of the fact that these liquor outlets have helped the government to earn a revenue of about 7,000 crores of rupees last year, and taking it into consideration the volume of sales which is also increasing day by day, this figure may go up this year. I agree that with this revenue the government will be able to implement a number of welfare measures for the public. At the same time, we have to see the other side of the coin. We have to look at the social concept of the prohibition policy. When liquor trade is run by the government as a monopoly and a large number of shops are kept open, it only encourages people to drink, thereby making themselves poorer. If we take into consideration the healthcare costs and the amount of bodily damage to the drinkers, the revenue earned by the government may not be large. I would like to request the government to take into account the plight of the women in these families who are the worst sufferers and take a policy decision at least to reduce the number of shops in the first instance and move towards total prohibition in course of time. As regards the populist schemes now announced by the government, I would like to point out that only education and health service should be provided free by the government. We have to provide free education to all sections of people right from the primary level to research level. In the same way, every citizen should have high quality medical treatment free of cost irrespective of his or her financial status. On this occasion, I am sorry to point out that in recent years there has been a tendency on the part of parents to send their children to English medium schools in spite of the fact that they are not able to afford the high cost of such education. This trend must be checked and education through the mother tongue must be encouraged. Similarly, all efforts must be taken to improve the standard of education in government schools so that the parents may be discouraged from sending their children to costly private schools. I take this opportunity also to request the government to appoint more teachers, especially in the primary schools, so that the proper student teacher ratio may be maintained. At the same time, private educational institutions should try to assist the government in nation building by changing reasonable fees and by granting scholarships to deserving students. They must see that the fees collected are commensurated with the quality of education offered and are affordable to the public. With these words, I conclude my speech. Thanking you, Mr. Speaker.